All right, what's going on, ladies and gents? It's your boy Henry, and we're going to jump right into a weekly analysis video. I've recorded this video fucking 4 times. We're going to quickly go through it this time, and I'm not going to get off topic. We're just going to strictly cover the technical analysis, all right? And then we, of course, have CPI coming up. All right, we're going to start with the daily chart, and then we're going to move into the monthly chart, okay? Yeah, okay, so the daily, daily chart, we're going to start on SPY. All right, the oscillators do have bearish divergence forming, okay, on the QQQ. I will point that out first. All right, very clearly we have triple bearish divergence here on the QQQ. All right, stochastic have the same exact thing. RSI does not. But yeah, I mean, nothing really has changed here in the past like week, I could say. Like we've been over here in this oversold region. It's only a matter, or overbought region. There's only a matter of time until we start turning down. All right, momentum cannot carry on without having these cool offs. Okay, you have to see these things come back down here, even like there. All right, even if it's just a little cool off, you need to see them cool down. All right, but what all these bearish divergences are indicative of is that bullish momentum is slowing down. It's exhausting. All right, and that's literally all. That's all a divergence is at all. Is it's showing one side of the momentum is completely slowing. So yeah, we're going to look at all time frames today. We're going to look at the monthly, the weekly, the daily, and we're going to look at the hourly chart to spot some bearish divergence and bullish divergence on the VIX that I was spotting in there. All right. But yeah, let's go like that. Okay, go like that. So yeah, pretty much nothing changed. I mean, this is going to be a pretty quick video, guys. Nothing really has changed in the daily chart. I don't know why it keeps taking me like 20 to 40 minutes to record this damn video, because there's not much that has changed. All right, I'm just talking about stuff that I think is important, but in the grand scheme of things, no. Okay, people have short attention spans, and I gotta learn to stick to the topic, okay, which is TA. It's strictly TA on this channel. All right, Bitcoin, same exact thing. Okay, you have the bearish divergence going on. All right, right here. All right, you had a slight higher high here. Clear as day, had your lower low there. Let's take that off. VIX daily chart, you have your, I believe it's bullish divergence happening. Yep, you have your bullish divergence. And I mean, this thing is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 7 points of bullish divergence. Like I don't know the word for 7. Like there's quadruple and then quintuple, quintuple. I don't even know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the word for 7? Because there's 7 bullish divergence on the stochastic on the VIX. All right, so I mean, it's only a matter of time until it plays out. We are bouncing on the trend line. Like this is literally the trend line that I have been waiting for since here. I said like this day, now that we've broken this, the next stop is going to be your 200 MA. And as you saw, we did end up, I said the next stop was 200 MA because there was physically no support between here and there. And the only thing was this. It's literally no support, all right? And if you do end up breaking this trend line, yeah, the next point of support is going to be right here. All right. And I do suspect we are going to be, we're going to be breaking out of this wedge. I mean, you already had this breakout. I guess you could call it a false breakout because we didn't come back down into the wedge, which again, guys, I did warn you guys about. And I said, don't be scared if we do end up coming back down and revisiting this trend line, because we did get this pop and I did take profits. I told you guys there was a big gap that day, and I did end up buying back what I sold here. I made some, there was a decent little profit made there. Okay. Yes, I would have been more profitable. I just completely waited. But at the same time, I told you, or I mean, technically I did warn you guys, these contracts, they're going to give similar gains that we would be able to get on the indices for the move, except they're not going to get absolutely demolished. They're not going to get demolished if we move sideways or move down. They're going to, yes, they're going to be going down. But we're sitting right around the original entry point over here, which was right at $200, right? I think we reached a low of 185 on our August 31st contracts, and the September ones, dude, those are just holding up even better. Like, I mean, the spreads are wide. So I've explained in previous videos on how to avoid getting tricked by the wide spreads, and that's just putting an order in, just lowballing the shit out of it. If it's going for $200, put an order for $1, okay? And then that's going to allow it to come on your TD Ameritrade screen. You can watch it, or you could do what I do on Thinkorswim on the computer. So I mean, I use the phone and the computer. But if you're using the computer, you can literally put an individual option chart on Thinkorswim, and you can just watch it. Okay, so if you're waiting on an entry, you can literally just sit there and watch the tick by tick movement. What did someone just buy at? All right, and this is how you avoid getting screwed by the wide spreads that occur on VIX, on UVIX, on UVIXY. Like, there just always are very wide spreads. So I mean, don't get tricked. And a lot of these other stocks we trade as well, they're gonna have the wide spreads, and you guys got to learn to deal with that as well. Not stocks, options. But yeah, so that was the daily analysis right there. Now we do have something playing out, or not playing out, but forming on US oil that I want to call out, and that is your bullish, not bullish, what did I see? What did I see? I swear there was bullish divergence here. And yeah, okay, so I was using the wrong thing right there, but it is here to here, here, it's all the way up there, all the way up there. You were starting to form that bullish divergence right here when you hit that low right there. All right, whereas clearly you've been coming straight down, but it's the same exact picture as the VIX. You have this bullish falling wedge here. You were I said right here, I called this a breakout. And then when we started coming, I think it was on this day, I said that don't be surprised if we come down and we touch this bottom of the trend line here before breaking out. And I mean, hey, the bullish divergence right here does signal that bearish momentum is coming to an end. It's exhausting. All right, and that is happening literally at the bottom of the bullish falling wedge. So hey, I do suspect we're going to have a breakout here, but guys, we're going to get into monthly charts towards the end of the video. But keep in mind what we did expose about what's on the monthly chart on the US oil. All right, not looking the best. All right, now we did the daily time frame right there. We're going to go over the weekly time frame. We're going to cover the 1 hour time frame lastly, just to point out how close we could be to this next sell-off. All right, but yeah, the weekly time frame will start on the SPY. All right, you got this doji candle right here, and a doji is literally just have this body, and then you have like wicks of pretty much equal size on both sides, and they pretty much just represent indecision. That's all dojis mean. Like, as you saw, the doji represent the bottom or the top of here, whereas I don't know if you really can call this thing a doji right here, but it represents the bottom right here before you had this massive candle right there. This, I wouldn't call this a doji, but it's pretty much the same thing. Look, this indecision, you have the same size up here as you have the same size down here. My point is, these dojis often have the tops and the bottoms, and it's strictly because they represent that indecision. It's like buyers and sellers, they're fighting. All right, they're critical moments. Right here, you have a doji here. I don't know if I call that a doji right there, but yeah, I mean, listen, the point still stands the same. Doji represents indecision, and that is what I believe this is right here. Or you can call this a spinning top, I believe. We can actually quickly, let me just come over here. Is the weekly analysis. Okay, we can come over here. Come right here, candlesticks. Okay, and if you guys are new to the patternsite.com, or new to the channel, actually, if you guys are new to the channel, we use the patternsite.com very often to pretty much cross-reference all of our technical patterns and candle formations that we find on the channel. All right, and there's pretty much, we're going to be on this page every single video, almost every single video, at least, to look at the candlestick. So let's just try and match up what we got going on there with that candlestick. And I do still think it's a doji. So we're just going to go over to these. All right, and oh, deliberation. Does that look like, holy cow, wow, that does actually look very, very similar to that, other than we had our open down here, whereas this open had it start at the above where it closed there. Doji gapping down, doji gapping up. We don't have any gap up. It's like an inside candle, except it closed outside. I don't know. I guess it might be, oh, the evening star. It might be an evening star. Oh, I didn't want to click on that one. I meant to click on, where's the E's? Where are the E's? I meant to click on this one. All right, this thing actually looks pretty damn similar to what we got going on here. Except the bottom wick is definitely a lot longer than the top wick on this one. So, but theoretical bearish reversal, tested performance is bearish reversal. So it is a possibility that is what we got going on there. But I don't think that is the candle that we have playing out. In the morning star, guys, the morning star is literally the opposite of the evening star. But yeah, but again, they represent the same exact thing, the indecision. Maybe it's a spinning top. All right, maybe this is the other thing I said that it possibly could be. The spinning top, and it would be the spinning top white. Spinning top white. Let's just see what it is. All right, tested performance reversal 50% of the time. Theoretical performance indecision. So it's the same exact thing that I was just saying the doji represents. It's literally indecision. But look, if this is it, reversal 50% of the time, it's pretty much random, honestly. And the weekly oscillators, they are beginning to turn down. All right, the stochastics are beginning to turn down, and the RSI is finding resistance right at that 50 mark. We've talked about how important the 50 level on the RSI is in great detail. All right, we've talked about it very many amount of times on this channel about 50 mark on the RSI. So if you're getting over 50 on the RSI, the bulls are starting to gain control. If you're getting under 50 on the RSI, the bears are starting to gain control. Now, a lot of people use the RSI completely wrong when you are over here in this oversold period right here, or overbought and then oversold. So 30 and 70 on the RSI. I'm going to tell you how it actually is. All right. And you guys can look this stuff up for yourself. Okay. Don't take everything I say as fact. Don't, because like inevitably, okay, I'm not writing any of this down. It's not like I can go back and fix what I'm saying, okay, and some things I'm going to forget about and like human error. That is what I'm trying to say. Human error exists in these videos, all right? But no, I mean, I'll actually prove just how this RSI, how most people like misuse the RSI. I'm going to prove it right here, okay? So like I just said, over 50, bulls starting to gain control. Under 50, bears starting to gain control. Now, when you're under 30, that is when bears have complete control, total control. When you're over 70, that is when bulls have full control. Now, I want to point you guys to what happened over here. Okay, once you got, and actually, let's look on the QQQ. Maybe that'll represent something better. Look at it right here. Okay, right here. All right, and I'm just trying to prove my point here. Okay, I'm literally trying to prove my point. So I am cherry picking an example, but we can also look over here. Okay, and I'm going to point out if someone chose to use the RSI how I just said most people use it wrong, they would have screwed themselves, because you got into the oversold region right there and you left the oversold, or the overbought region right there, and you left it right here. All right, we can actually get rid of you. But yeah, right here, if you just stayed in your puts, you would have gotten wrecked. Okay, you would have gotten completely wrecked if you entered puts based off like, oh, it's overbought, it has to go down. You would have gotten wrecked, completely wrecked. All right, now you come back over here. Example number 2 is right here. Okay, V, Alt V, right here. Okay, what happened here? Start of the candle to top of the candle, another 15%. You would have gotten again wrecked. What happened over here? It's most likely going to represent the same exact thing here. Well, another 12%. You would have gotten wrecked. Okay, and I will point out that on the weekly time frame, you don't really stay in the oversold region on the RSI for very long, because historically bears do not have control of the market. Yes, the market over time will keep going up. All right, but there's no point in just holding through all of this crap. There's literally no point. You would have had to buy for 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Okay, and look at your gain. Okay, yeah, you'd be up 600%, but that is nothing. Okay, and also, like, dude, that's 10 fucking years, and you went up 600%. Your $600 just turned into $3,600 over 6 years. That is why we trade, ladies and gents. That is literally the reason we trade. 6 years, you went up 7x on your money. 7x. Guys, we've already done that over the past like month on the channel. Guaranteed if you were just playing all these moves. and doing what I said, not going all in on each one of them, but like, hey, say your account is $20,000, take $5,000, go in each one of them with $5,000, dude. You would have honestly more than doubled your money in the span of a month. You would have popped off in the span of a month. All right, you probably would have I know for a fact that my accounts have absolutely exploded in the past like month, 1 to 2 months. All right, so, and I really am documenting everything I am trading off of on this channel, and I'm even documenting the contracts I'm picking on this channel and the entries on said contracts. So, I mean, if I can do it, guaranteed you guys had the opportunity to do it. But yeah, I mean, this is why we don't buy and hodl. This is why anybody who just like buys into that mindset where, oh, the market only goes up. Well, dude, what if you bought here? What if you bought here, dude? What if you bought right here and you were negative for, dude, you were negative for almost, that was over a year. You were just in the red. All right, you bought right here. That was almost not 2 years. That's a year and a half that you were in the red. All right, you bought right here. Even here, this is over a year. You are in the red. Like, it makes no sense to just buy in at whatever point. Like the whole dollar cost average, just continuously buy each week. That's so stupid. You would have like averaged the fuck up here, and now you would have fallen. You would have averaged up at the top. Right? It makes no sense to even look at things that way. All right, like get some education, learn how to read a chart. That's all you need. All right. But yeah, okay. So we covered everything on the weekly time frame. We covered how the weekly RSI works. I said that we are getting stopped right at 50. I guess actually we did not finish the weekly analysis. But yeah, your oscillators here, they're in the overbought territory right here. We have CPI coming up on the 10th. All right, in the RSI, your momentum for the bulls is completely exhausting right here at the 50 mark. All right, like that means bears look like they want to regain some control for a few weeks. All right, that is on the table. Okay, and that also does perfectly align with our analysis. Now, Bitcoin, I have said that Bitcoin looks more bearish than the indices. Look what's happening on the stochastic right here on the weekly time frame. Look, you are just like next week, you are going to be crossing down. Right, and honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if you cross down this week. If you have a big bearish week this week, yeah, you're going to cross down this week. And the analysis does suggest we are going to be having that bearish week on the market this week and maybe next week. But I do think this drop is going to be short-lived, so everyone keep that in mind. All right, the weekly time frame on the VIX is suggesting, yeah, VIX is going to start popping off. At the same time, Bitcoin and the indices are looking like they're going to start turning down. VIX looks like it's going to start popping off. US oil is giving the same exact picture. You are now in the down here in the oversold region down here. You aren't crossing up like you are in the VIX, but you're still oversold down here. And the market, our oil usually moves inverse to them, or the market moves inverse to oil, and the market also moves inverse to VIX. So VIX is showing the same exact thing as oil. I think we got, that's just a stronger factor right there. That just makes that puzzle piece that much stronger. All right. And let's say we are trading US oil, but hey, guys, keep in mind. All right. Keep in mind when we point out on the monthly time frame, you got that bearish divergence on the monthly time frame, and you're coming down. Oscillators are coming down from that overbought territory, which means, yeah, it's going to be short-lived. Just like the market drop is going to be short-lived, the rise on oil is going to be short-lived. The rise on VIX is going to be short-lived. All right, so just keep these things in mind. That's why we do this weekly analysis here. We go over every single time frame during these videos, so we don't get tricked. Okay, just because one time frame is showing something, we have to take into account all of the time frames, or we are going to get a bad entry, guaranteed. Okay, so that is why we do what we do. All right, but as far as daily goes, okay, the daily, we have our bearish divergence right here, right there. All right, you have the same exact thing on your stochastic here. Have the same bearish divergence on the RSI right here. All right, like it is just not looking pretty. All right, it really isn't looking pretty. And if all these momentum oscillators are showing bearish divergence, that means they're all showing buyer exhaustion. Which, I mean, hey guys, they're all leading to the same exact thing. You got the triple bearish divergence on the QQQ. That's also not looking the best. All right, you have the same thing here. Not on the RSI there. You have the same bearish divergence here on Bitcoin. You're going up there, whereas you're going down there. The double top there on stochastic. VIX, bullish divergence. The bullish divergence. There's 7 points of bullish divergence here on the VIX. on the stochastic. All right, whereas CCI, yeah, you're still making the bullish divergence right here. But yeah, you're coming down this whole time, whereas you're literally forming this bullish divergence on the VIX, each and every one of these lows. All right, so hey, probably going to be playing out now that we are getting to the edge of the wedge, and we are literally on the trend line. That, I mean, I've been calling this out since here. All right, like it was destined to be hit, and this is when we called out the first sign of our bullish divergence on the CCI here. All right, just like we had the same thing happen over here. All right, and that marked the top, just like this will mark the bottom. And we also, if you go back into the smaller time frames, you have a 1 hour and a 4 hour clear as day divergence on the VIX here. That is what I have marked here. So let's actually just view that. Now that we are on the VIX, we're gonna skip the daily on the US oil. I mean, I told you guys, go lay on that position if you guys are playing that with me. I mean, it doesn't, I'm just not too excited to play it. I mean, it does suggest that it will be going up, but it's the same thing with the markets. All right, it's probably going to be going down. It's going to be a short-lived move. All right, so just be aware of that. But yeah, for now, we're going to look at the 1 hour bearish divergence. I just want to point out what you have right here. All right, so you have the same thing here. All right, so you're going down there, and that orange. All right, now what I want to point out is you come over here. Okay, you come over here. And I just, the point of me pointing this out, okay, the reason I'm doing so is because I want to point out that you start getting these 1 hour divergences right before you have these moves. All right, and I want to point out that you have, actually delete this sloppy mess we got going on here. All right, let's delete that. Come on, buddy. There we go. All right, and we're going to point out this. All right, you are literally, that is a triple bullish divergence we got going on the VIX, whereas you're falling there. All right, it's the same thing we got over here right before you started seeing your down move. Got that, okay? Like, hey, and you started getting this one pretty early right here, which suggested that, hey, like that's your signal. Like, even though you're like, yeah, like even though you're so early into the move here, you're bouncing off this trend line. You're probably like, take your profits when you start hitting your other areas of resistance. We started hitting this area of resistance right here. This is where I called it out. It's probably going to find resistance in the zone as it has for months now. And look what happened. We literally broke into that zone by like $1. And then 50 cents, and we fell. All right, so that's something right there. But you also have your hourly bearish divergence right here. You pretty much double topped right there. Whereas you clear as day definitely came way down on the CCI. All right, whereas this is almost a double top rate. It pretty much is. All right, so I'm just trying to hammer this home, guys. Divergences matter, okay, on all time frames, and the different time frames, they all suggest different things. The hourly suggests like, hey, it's about to be taking place, okay? Like a big move can, like if we have all these other divergences on the higher time frames, and now we're seeing it on the hourly. Yeah, I mean, guys, come on. We're probably going to start seeing this thing play out. Also, you have this other bullish divergence happening right here. It's just like a big one here. All right, like it's just everywhere. So I'm just saying that the picture is the same exact picture we had like a week ago, probably even 2 weeks ago. We're just remaining patient. We're waiting on the breakout, and I think we are just about to have the breakout on the VIX. That is what the hourly chart is suggesting, and honestly, that's also what the QQQ on the hourly is suggesting, all right? I don't know if I already pointed it out. I think I pointed it out already, but I'm going to do it one more time in case I didn't. Clear as day, you have a bearish divergence on the QQQ CCI, all right? And you also have the same exact picture on the stochastic. You have like triple bearish divergence right there, all right? But yeah, I mean, if you're getting a bearish divergence on the 1 hour here, okay, at the same time you're getting the bearish divergence on the daily here, and at the same time you're getting the daily bullish divergence on the VIX, all right, and you're getting the 1 hour bullish divergence on the VIX, and they move opposite to each other. Guys, what does that suggest? Okay, what does that suggest? It suggests this thing is about to start breaking out of its wedge, most likely going to have a meaningful move, break past here. Most likely, we're going to come up to this target. Okay, I'm going to be taking a lot of profit off the table at this target. I got no reason, like when we're at this target, guys, we're going to be up 150 to 250%. There's no reason for us not to take most of the profits. Like I'm talking like you take 75% of the profits off the table. Maybe, yes, it comes in here and you get to ride the other quarter, but who cares if the quarter goes up 500%? You just 200%ed your money. That's so good, dude. That's so good. Like, especially with these safe contracts, like this has been the most stress-free trade of this whole period right here. This whole, which lasted just about, yeah, just, we'll say just about like 2 months. Okay, this lasted just under 2 months, and this VIX trade has been the most the most least stressful trade we've had this whole time. It's because of the contracts we've chosen to trade. All right, so this is what I'm going to be doing moving forward. I have no complaints. Okay, 200%, that's great. Okay, turn my 5k into what is that, 15k, right? Like, rinse and repeat that constantly with every move we do on the channel. Dude, you're making so much money. Even if you're not compounding the money each time and you're just sticking with that $5,000 amount or $1,000 amount or $200, whatever you're working with, like, dude, you don't even need to be compounding. You will literally you will be making more money on this than your job. Okay, say you put all of the money you made from your job into the market, and let's say you use 20% of that money and you traded with us. All right, you're most likely going to be making way more money, like within the first like few months, just by doing like trading with us. All right, within the first few months than you are at your current job. All right, and don't quit your job, guys. Don't do that. I'm serious, guys. Like, I made a shit ton of money one time, and I'm lucky I didn't decide to be a dickhead and just quit the job because I was like, oh, financial freedom. Da, da, da. No, because I didn't actually know how I did it. Okay, I know I short squeezed my ass to like 300k, and yeah, I mean, I lost like pretty much all that money before I now am over the past few months. Yeah, I've been able to build up a decent chunk. Not nearly even, not even near $100,000, not even half of that, but I built up a decent chunk, and it's proven to me that, hey, I'm going to get back to that number, that 300k number. I'm going to be back there within the next 12 months. All right, most likely. All right, most likely within the next 2 years, I do suspect I'm probably going to be pretty close to that $1 million number, which will be by the age of 25, which means my $10 million goal by age of 30. Yeah, that's very attainable. Okay, and a lot of people, I tell this, and they're like, a lot of people are like, hey, good for you. I know they don't believe me. I know they don't. And I got people in my life who definitely just straight up tell me that it's not going to happen. And that's when I walk away. I'm like, dude, I got no reason to talk to you. Why do you even say these things? Why do you ask about them if you know I'm going to say the same thing? And then give me a reason just not to talk to you. Like, that's really like, yeah. So, I mean, guys, don't place yourself around haters. Don't place yourself around doubters. Okay. If you know that you are putting in the work, then yeah, keep that goal. Okay, just don't tell anybody. Just literally don't tell anyone. Like, I move in silence at this point. I don't like I just have no reason to tell anybody unless they ask. Like, straight up, like if you want to shove info in someone's face and they don't ask about it, they're not going to listen to it. They're not going to remember it. They weren't there for that info. All right, whereas if someone directly asked you for the info and then you give it, yeah, the only reason they shouldn't be succeeding is because it's on them. All right, but like, yeah, I mean, it's attention. Okay, if your attention's not towards something and someone is trying to point you towards it, but you're completely focused on something else, you're not going to listen to that thing. All right, so the same thing. I'm just saying, like, I recommend, hey, if you're starting off young, I looked at my my analytics, and I think it was 25 to 30 years old was 100% of the people watching my videos. And I'll just say, guys, I'm 22 years old. I'm turning 23 on October 4th. I'm a youngin. I do think I am ahead of most people in the market, even at the age of 22. All right. But yeah, guys, by the time we're 30, like, there's really no reason that at least we should all be millionaires. There really is no reason. If we are starting I mean, even if you're starting at the 25 age, like, yeah, there's no reason you should go the next few years, as long as, I promise to keep up my end of the bargain here. All right, as long as you guys give me your attention and continuously, like, guys, also, if you enjoyed the video, if you got content out of this video that, like, you know, you're not getting anywhere else, please please subscribe. All right, I'm serious. Like, I don't get a lot of likes on these videos yet. Like, they take, like, this alone has taken about 3 hours now for me to actually record. Maybe it's been closer to 4 hours because I've recorded like 4 or 5 of them. Like these things take time, okay? They take effort, and I promise to put up my bargain. I just ask that for your attention pretty much. And hey, give me your feedback. All right, I told you guys I will hold up my end of the bargain. I will be here with daily updates every day, unless I go on vacation or something. Yeah, I'm gonna be here with daily updates, and even on vacation, maybe I'll still have the daily updates. I don't know. I will hold up my end of the bargain. Please just pump this channel. Pump the stock, simple stocks. Pump it. Like seriously, pump it. The channel's been blowing up recently. In the past, like, I want to say past 2 weeks, we've gained like 30 to 40 subs. All right, like at this rate of growth, like I'm serious, guys. We should be at 1,000 subs within the next, like, honestly, within the next few months. We should be there. So I hope that is the case. I hope we keep growing at this rate. As long as I hold up my end of the bargain, I do believe that will be the case. But I am asking for your help, okay? Because I am literally giving you guys tools that, like I said, if you're starting at the age of 25 and if you just stick with me for the next 1 to 2 years, guys, you will literally have wealth. And by wealth, I mean like you can not work and you can survive, okay? There's rich, where it's just a shit ton of money, whatever amount of money you make 500K, you're rich, okay? But if you know you can last 30 years, okay, without working again, then you have 30 years of wealth. That is what we're trying to create on this channel, and that is honestly the product that I am selling to you for your attention, all right, and your feedback, which will in turn trigger the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, to bring more people in. Holy crap, guys, a lot of other people's like big channels are recommending my videos. Like, guys, I was the other day I was coming up number 2 on search for VIX, all right, which is just so cool. If someone typed in VIX in all caps to the search bar, I was number 2. That is how good you guys are pumping this channel, all right? So I just ask you guys keep up the good work. I'm gonna keep up my side of the bargain. You guys keep up your side of the bargain. And guys, we're going to keep killing it. That being said, I'll catch you guys next video. Peace. Which will be tomorrow.